Happy 2024 everybody. 2023 is finally done and that year has been crazy. I mean, we reached the first threshold for monetization on the channel, which is a very good thing. And of course, the future of this channel is going to be to live up to its name. So in that sense, I'm gonna keep making content, yes, for the One Piece card game. In fact, I have another video planned especially for that. But I also figured it was time to include new content on the channel. So here is the first video of a brand new series on the channel, Monthly Geek Haul. The concept is fairly simple. I buy stuff all the time, and believe me, December was no exception. So when the month is done, I'll just show you guys what I bought with some comments on them. It's gonna be fun. And in the spirit of the new year, everybody tries always to better themselves, and I do as well. In fact, you guys might have noticed already a book on my desk for the longest time. No, this is not something that I bought this December, so this is technically not part of this monthly geek haul, but I'm still someone who's very interested in some self-help book to help me understand things better, and one of them was The Unfair Advantages. The basics of the books is that everybody is born with some unfair advantage, whether it be money, looks, which clearly I don't have either of those. So the goal of the book is to help you find those within you and exploit them to be finally successful in your endeavor. And I mean, it was hanging around on my desk for like some months, so maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. Either way, this was not part of the monthly geeky haul, but I still like those kind of books because I do a lot of work on myself on a regular basis, and also whatever I find that helped me ends up helping others around me, most notably my wife, and this is why I bought her two very interesting books this year for Christmas. And the first one is gonna be The Four Agreement by Don Miguel Ruiz, and the best way I can describe it is that you always make deal with yourself regarding your projects, how you behave, or your goal or whatever, and that's too much. You need to boil down all these things to only 4 agreements that you make with yourself, and this book breaks them down and tell you why you should do it. And the second book I picked for Christmas for my wife is actually The 48 Laws of Power. Now, this one's a bit bigger, like you see. It's also in the sense of not letting you be a pushover. It might sound heartless on some instance, but those laws you can apply defensively to protect yourself from external aggression. Especially in our day and age where we see that burnout and all those psychosocial risks are really taking a toll on pretty much everybody who works a 9 to 5. It's very important to keep in mind that you can do something about it by working on yourself and not letting yourself be the victim. You can take the power back and defend yourself. Either way, I think it's a very interesting book, even if you don't apply or you don't need it, because I found that sometimes when I read a book and there's a concept that's applied in there and that's given to me as an example, sometimes I realize that I'm already doing that subconsciously. So it's always nice to find out how you work internally. But of course, these are more traditional books, and we like all sorts of stuff. So we also got some mangas, and we are currently completing all of our manga collection with my wife, and we started not long ago the Spy Family manga after watching the anime and finding it so cute and wholesome that we started buying the manga. And so we bought the 4th, 5th and 6th books in the manga series, and my wife actually received for Christmas from a friend the 7th, 8th and 9th book in the series. So yeah, we have more of those, but those are the ones that we bought this December. And by the way, let me know if you would be interested in seeing my whole collection of mangas and maybe books and video games, or even maybe a tour of my One Piece card game collection. If you're interested in that, leave me all that in the comment section below. And the next manga that we bought is actually one that we are starting, because apparently having already enough manga series to finish is not enough for us, so we want one more. And we bought the first tome of the Yu Yu Hakusho Star Edition, which is the re-edition of the former manga but in slightly bigger tome with a brand new cover on the books. And this was actually me insisting on buying this book because there's the Netflix live action show from Yu Yu Hakusho, and I really thought that it was a good adaptation until the last episode, because I don't know what they plan for the future, if they plan season 2, if they're gonna go through with the entire story, but this does not end there. And it feels like they kinda ended stuff already there. It's kind of weird, and I do hope they continue on with a second season, because I thought the live action of Yu Yu Hakusho was actually fairly good compared to some others live action that I know of. It was definitely an upgrade. Also, not to mention that if you don't know, Togashi, the mangaka for Yu Yu Hakusho, actually made another manga work that is very well known and you might know better than Yu Yu Hakusho, which is Hunter x Hunter. So if you like Hunter x Hunter and the style of story that is addressed there, maybe you will like Yu Yu Hakusho. And hey, before moving on to the last two things that I want to show you guys, maybe consider subscribing if you like this type of geeky content. I buy stuff all the time and I'm gonna show them here on this channel. Maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't, but at least we can talk about it in the comments. And also, of course, if you like the One Piece card game, that's one reason more to subscribe to this channel, because we address every news that we see and we open everything on the channel, so why not also subscribe for that? But now let's move on to the last two pieces that I bought this December, and one of them is actually a hefty boy that I have here, and it is, of course, the One Piece manga. And you can see like this is kind of self-contained, because they started release a while ago these boxes where it's sorted out by arc, or rather I should say sagas, for the One Piece. And so this is the Thriller Bark box. So yeah, you have the entire Thriller Bark collection in this box. And so yeah, I didn't have yet the One Piece manga, so when they started to release this product, I just went, this is my perfect chance to get all the volumes of One Piece in a cool collector's edition, sort of. Mind you, you can also buy the cardboards around just separately from the manga. If you already have the mangas, you can just buy the cardboard for this and have it in your shelves in your collection. Whew. That sure is a lot of books and manga. Do you like video game? I like video game. Let's talk about something else than books and mangas and One Piece. How about video games with electronics? That sounds fun. I've always been a big fan of fighting games. As long as I can remember, I was playing Street Fighter 2 on my SNES when I was a kid. Yes, I had some outrage and I broke many controllers. That's not the point. I've always loved fighting games, and I always liked the arcade style of a controller just to play fighting games and mastering the movements and stuff like that. And I have two regular arcade sticks already. By the way, the first one that I got was actually my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, who offered me the collector's edition of Tekken 6 when he got out, and this had a controller, an arcade stick controller with it. So that was my first one, and the second one is actually a gift for my birthday from my brother, and he bought me an arcade stick of my choice, which I can't remember what the name of the stick was, but it's the one with the Soul Calibur design. I'll put a picture here for you. there. But those have since like kind of been modified, and now we have these sort of arcade stick without a stick, because you have all direction, and those are like expensive. Regular arcade stick, even those things are so expensive. You can aim the price at around 150 just for something basics, and I tried to build hold on a second before I get on with that. One thing I should say also with those fight sticks is that they are usually very noisy. I tried at one point to 3D print, because I'm also like very versed into these kind of things. I tried to 3D print an arcade stick. You can see there, and those are like MX cherries under. So I tried to build an arcade stick. I just got this off of the internet. Those buttons I designed myself, and those I also got from the internet, and I tried to wire this thing and all, and I never finished the project. And part of the reason was, well, it was getting expensive, and I tried to make it with 3D printing so that it wouldn't be expensive. Fast forward to this year, or rather 2023, so last year, and I saw some videos of reviews of a fight stick, levelless fight stick ordered off of AliExpress, and it was just 50 bucks. So I thought to myself, okay, now these peoples, they are 3D printing stuff, and they are doing it so well they can make a business out of it. Okay, fine, 50 bucks for a levelless arcade stick, it's still good. And so I jumped onto AliExpress and I found this one, which is not 3D printed, it's acrylic. And I mean, it's a hefty boy, and when you see the electronics in here, you also got a screen where you can see what mode you're on and the SOCD and stuff like that. This is still better than whatever I could have cooked up with 3D printing. I mean, just the electronic itself, the PCB inside of this thing that's making the game controlling possible, just that part alone, I couldn't have done a better job. I mean, you see this is horrendous. So just spending the 48 to buy this, even if it wasn't like top notch or whatever, I could have reused some parts and do something better with that. And that's the thought I went with, and it was better than I expected. So yep, that's all the things I bought in December 2023 to close the year, and luckily this one came in clutch because I ordered it in December and it was scheduled to arrive on January. Luckily it got here in time, so I still can include it in the video. So leave me all your thoughts about those things in the comments down below. Do you like self-help books, mangas and fight stick? Because I sure do. And let me also know in the comments down below if you want to see more geeky stuff like this. In the meantime, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to never miss anything geek. Bye guys.